Hello, hey, hi friends. How's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. I just got back a little bit ago from TJ Maxx. Yeah, my local rack store. Picked up a fragrance. It's actually been a really long time since I bought anything from a TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross's, you know, all those. Fragrance that I got is Davidoff coolwater, Grapefruit and Sage, limited edition. It says so right there on the bottom. And I paid $22 because it was on the clearance rack. Originally, it was marked at $26.99 and says compare at $38. So yeah, Davidoff, apparently TJ Maxx thinks that your retail price should be 38 bucks. Now, that's not coming from me. If you want to get mad at somebody, get mad at TJ Maxx. So in today's video, I'm gonna open this one up. We'll take a look at the presentation and I will spray it on for the first time. We'll see how it is. So let's jump into it. So as I said, guys, just bought this one from TJ Maxx. I gotta be honest, TJ Maxx, my local one anyway, it's pretty much sucked here lately. Not too much good stuff. Maybe it's rose-colored glasses, you know, rose-tinted glasses, but thinking back 5, 6, 7 years ago, I feel like TJ Maxx and Ross's and Marshalls had better fragrances. Maybe I'm wrong, but it felt like they did. Nowadays, when I go in there, it's usually just a wasteland, like an absolute hellscape, just nothing there worth picking up. I have seen the other limited edition, the ladies version, the jasmine fragrance. I've seen that at my local TJ Maxx every single time I've gone, but I haven't bought that one. I've been waiting for this one. And then somehow it pops up in the clearance section before I even see it for sale, period. So who knows? Maybe they've been selling them, but then the fact that it's in clearance would say that they haven't been. I don't know. Let's go ahead and open this one up. And also I will link this in the description, assuming I can find it available at a store online. And I posted a picture of this up on my Instagram when I bought it, and a lot of you guys hit me up on that post and let me know that A, you think it's pretty good, and B, it smells a lot like coolwater Intense with a couple tweaks. So let's see if that's true. All right, here we got the front of the box, name of the house, name of the fragrance, size and concentration. It's a 4.2 ounce, 125 ml size bottle, eau de toilette concentration. On one side, you basically have that information letting you know, hey, we're using recycled ingredients here. We're trying to do something good for the earth. Whole lot of fragrances coming with information like that on the packaging nowadays. On the other side, you have the ingredients, and on the back, some info on the fragrance. I'll read it off for you guys here. Also gotta love how the blue writing kind of just blends in on the right side of the box there to where it makes it hard to read. Davidoff has revisited coolwater freshness with a powerful duet of naturals. The zesty burst of a hand-picked grapefruit contrasts with the aromatic sage harvested in Provence in France as part of a long-term sourcing partnership run by the perfume house. So there you go. And then on the bottom, your badge code and barcode, my badge code 2076. And here's the bottle. The name of the house and fragrance right there on the front. Pretty basic. Basically, they just slap grapefruit and sage at the bottom and call it a day. And on the bottom, you have a sticker with your badge code, and the cap slides snugly into place. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spray this on, so we'll see how the atomizer works together for the first time. Let's do it. Yeah, not too bad. So the official note breakdown for this one, I'm pretty sure is just grapefruit and sage. Yeah, they kept it that basic. So again, keeping in mind that I paid $22 for this one, so that's kind of where I'm grading this, obviously as a cheapie. I like the opening. It's really pleasant. It's a little sweet, aromatic. There's a good amount of sage in here, way more than the grapefruit. Do I get that similarity to Coolwater Intense? I do. It's fresher than Coolwater Intense though. It's not as heavy-handed on the sweetness. It's a little bit airier, I guess you could say, because Coolwater Intense, especially in the opening, it can be intense. Like the way it comes across can be a little too synthetic for some people, a little bit too sweet. You know, that coconut vibe that it has can be overwhelming for some people. This takes that same general DNA and like reins it in a little bit and then adds sage on top to give it this little bit of an aromatic flair that does offset a little bit that sweetness. Like I said though, the grapefruit initially, which is where you would expect that grapefruit to really come through and shine, is kind of missing in action. Yeah, it's a little MIA. It's got a pretty decent pop to it. You know, it's got a nice little burst of projection here in the opening. Doesn't come across overly weak, which is another thing that you might worry about with this being an eau de toilette. Going for $22 for 125 milliliters. You know, that's pretty inexpensive. And so you might go into it thinking, oh, it's probably going to be, you know, one of those scents that 30 minutes in just dissipates off your skin and flies off with the wind, and you never smell it again until you douse yourself with 30 more sprays. It doesn't come across like that. It's not as strong, not as in your face as Cool Water Intense. But again, I think for a lot of people, that's going to be more of a positive than a negative. I would say that some of that ambery feeling from Cool Water Intense carries over to Cool Water Grapefruit and Sage here. You might not expect it. Actually, I don't think you really would expect it at all. Looking at presentation, the name Grapefruit and Sage, nothing there obviously screams out amber. And of course, reading the back there, talking about how they've revisited freshness with the powerful duet of zesty grapefruit and aromatic sage. Again, nothing there really screams out amber, but there is, you know, there's a little bit of that ambery sweetness, that ambery warmth that kind of ties it in a little bit with Cool Water Intense. As I've said a couple times now, not as amped up, not as in your face as Cool Water Intense, but certainly that DNA making itself known as the fragrance dries down a little bit. I do like this though. Really not bad. $22, nice pickup, solid release. It doesn't come across with like an alcohol tinge off the top. When I sprayed it on, you know, it didn't have anything harsh to it. So I really appreciate that. When you're talking cheap fragrances, that's one thing that you run into a lot. You know, a scent that you spray it on in the first 15 minutes, it comes across almost unwearable because it's too muddied and muddled or chemically or just smells like rubbing alcohol. Don't have any of those issues here, so that's another positive. As far as seasons, I think spring is probably the perfect season, but you could also wear it during summer and fall as well. Not so much of a wintertime fragrance for me, obviously. And I would say that as far as versatility goes, usability, that Grapefruit and Sage, a little bit better than Cool Water Intense. I think you could pull it off in more situations than that one. And Cool Water Intense is one that I actually did like. So, I mean, this is like right in that wheelhouse, just changed up, given a twist, and I dig what they did with it. So a lot of you on Instagram were telling me that you expected I would enjoy this, especially at the price point, and you were right. So all of you that said that, this golf clap is for you. And as far as daytime, nighttime use, I think it leans more daytime, but as usual, I mean, if you really like it, man, just wear it whenever you want. If you can pick this up, especially in the price range I did, I think it's a solid buy. Under $30, that's gonna be a pretty good sweet spot. 22, like I paid, no brainer. Full 125 mils. It seems to have good performance. It's still projecting quite well, so not too worried about that. So there we go. My initial rundown, my initial impressions on Cool Water, Grapefruit, and Sage. One of you did leave a comment I wanna highlight where you had said, Cool Water is like pizza. Like the flankers of Cool Water, they're pizza. Even if it's, you know, not a great pizza, it's still pizza. It's still, you know, it's still good in its own way. And that's Cool Water. Like even though the flankers that come out, you pay a certain price, it's not that high. Even if it's not something that maybe blows your socks off, it's still serviceable, it's still wearable, it's still solid. And that's what this is. So there we go. I'm out of here. If you've smelled that, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I'm assuming most of you guys probably have picked this up the same way I did, just walking by it in a rack store. And also let me know what you think about your local selection at like TJ Maxx, Ross's, Marshalls, all those Nordstrom racks, stuff like that. Is it the same, like quality-wise now as it was years ago? Has it gotten worse? Or is it truly just that whole looking back in the past and thinking it's better when it actually wasn't? All right, I'm out of here. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.